Whoops. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. We're all leaning to the left, except for this special group over here on the far right. We love you, too. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, everybody online. Are we online? Just saying hi to y'all folks there. Grateful to have you join us at Unity in Naperville. I'm Kity Benson. And Enoch, Mark, Kevin, Mark, thanks for joining us today. And hey, weather's not so bad, right? Felt pretty good this morning. It's rare when we have to say 30 degrees feels pretty good, but it does feel pretty good. So, man, we got some good stuff to talk about today, so I'm excited that you're making the time to do this with us. And there's also some important songs that we need to sing because it's going to open your heart. It's going to help you feel the feelings of the truth, and that will get you closer to knowing the truth that sets us free. What are we singing first? Let It Rise. I always have to say this, Let It Rise. First song we ever sang here in April 1st, 2007. Wow. So that song is how many years old? So if you'd like to sing while you're standing, stand up. If you feel good sitting down, that's okay too.
Good morning, everybody. Here we go. Oh. Are you ready to sing? Let's lift our voices. Let the joy of the Lord rise among us. Let the joy of the Lord rise among us. Let the praises that we sing rise among us. Let it rise. Let the light of the Lord rise among us. Let the light of the Lord rise among us. Let the praises that we sing rise among us. Let it rise. Let the love in our hearts rise among us. Let the love in our hearts rise among us. Let it shine from within and rise among us. Let it rise, yeah. Oh, let it rise. Let's take it up. Let the joy of the Lord rise among us. Let the joy of the Lord rise among us. Let the praises that we sing rise among us. Let it rise. Oh yeah. Oh, let it rise. Yeah. I lost another nail. I see it on the ground. I do. They're my guitar picks. But you know what? Things happen. I woke up this morning. It was not a good hair day. It's a rubber band day. Things happen. But like that first song, we get to choose to stand in our joy, don't we? We choose to not look at circumstances, but we rise above them. Do we? Do we? Oh, we take it way up. Come on, man. Way up, higher, way up. Here I go.
words up for a minute and just thought that this was so cool. I don't know if I can sing it, but I'm graduate to another level. I'm ready to rise, 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 rise. I cut the ropes, and Mark goes, kaboom, 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 on the drums. I was like, he's listening. He's listening to the words. That is so cool. It's all about the words. So let's just take that joy from the inside out. That's where we start our day, inside. Just bring your mind to your heart space, that presence of God within us. All the good here, all the good lies right here in our heart. Everything we're seeking begins here. And from this place of joy and peace and wisdom and love, we rise. We rise and we rise to a higher way of being, to a fuller way of expressing the divine. We rise. This is the truth of our being, and now we let it be. Amen. And will you help me speak our invocation? Words here on the screen. Together. There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Thank you. You may be seated.
It's all right here. I love that, Kity. It's all right here. If we would just be in this space and allow ourselves to remember. I accept my perfection shaped by Spirit's hand. I embrace my wholeness, and in my wholeness, here I stand. Healing is remembering. Healing is remembering. Healing is just remembering who I am. And I accept my perfection shaped by Spirit's hand. Yes. And I embrace my wholeness, and in my wholeness, here I stand. Healing is remembering. Healing is remembering. Healing is just remembering.
it is. That's what it's about. Checking to see if there's any nuns in the crowd today. Nuns, N-O-N-E-S, nuns, yes. Just trying to figure out if some folks are finding us that nuns meaning when you took the survey, what is your religion, you said none, yeah. Or those who classify themselves as the SBNRs, spiritual but not religious. And it's an opportunity for us to decide whether there is a method to our spirituality or not. A lot of times we say we're spiritual, but we don't really know how to practice that, how to be that. So if you walk in the door here, you turn us online on the internet, hopefully you're going to learn a few things about our positive path for spiritual living. We don't necessarily consider ourselves a religion, but there is some practical tools. That's one of the things I love about Unity, is it focuses on positive spiritual principles that you can apply in a practical way. And I just want to warn you about that, because it comes with power tools, which means they're powerful principles that we apply in a practical way, but they are powerful tools that, well, let's just face it, you have to take responsibility for how you use them. In this path, you don't get to claim that you're a victim and the world is doing things to you. We don't get to blame things on God or the devil, because we don't see God as a punishing God. We don't see God as that which is rewarding those that are in God's favor. And instead, it's about us being aware of what the principles are and how we use them. So every day, it's our opportunity to live from the inside out instead of blaming everything on the outside and making us feel a certain way on the inside. And if you're still sitting here, bravo, congratulations. But it's really important that we know what all the inside is all about. And we talked about that last week. If you missed it, go back to the recording. We talked about our levels of consciousness. Remember those up here on the screen, that you and I are hopefully sitting here conscious right now, paying attention with your mind in the present moment. You're hearing and seeing things and making choices about them, making changes. Hopefully you're giving the right meaning to what's happening. And this is where our opportunity lies. This is where we have the chance to make changes, is in the now moment with our conscious thinking. And we also have the subconscious level of thinking. And the subconscious is the one that lives in the past. It's all about what's happened to us, our memories, our past feelings, our beliefs that we formed, all the habits. And that level of thinking, its only job is to reproduce what you've done before. So it runs into a situation that it looks familiar, and it just spits back out through your words and your behavior, your feelings, what you experienced last time. And there's also the spiritual consciousness, or the super consciousness, which is the mind of God that we're all residing within right now. Our mind shares in the mind of God, and that's where all our good stuff lies. It's infinite in nature. It's all things possible, and it is the place where we want to keep turning towards as often as possible. But unfortunately, 95% of our day is being lived out of the subconscious level. 95%. They've done studies, and psychologists or psychotherapists have decided that's what's happening. 95% of our day. We're doing basically the same thing we've done over and over and over again. If according to more studies, we have maybe 60,000 different thoughts in our mind every day, they're not different thoughts. They're just the same thoughts as they were yesterday. 60,000 thoughts that we just keep repeating over and over again. Oh my goodness, this can get completely out of hand. But who cares? Why are thoughts so important? Why do you think our thoughts are so important here? Anybody want to throw something out at me? They become reality. That's a short, simple way to explain what's going on around us and within us. Thoughts are so important because they are the key to the engine of how the universe works. I want you to really hear that. Your thoughts are the key to how the engine of the universe works. And who chooses thoughts? Oh, well, I don't choose them for you, but that would be cool. But no, I'll let that go. I'll let you have your own thoughts. Up here on the screen, Richard Marialis Jafola wrote The Quest. It's kind of a foundational book for unity. The law which governs the universe is absolutely reliable and unbreakable. Learning how it works is crucial to your success. That's the basics right there. It's unbreakable, it's working all the time, and if we don't learn how to use it, it's going to be difficult to be successful in this human experience. So remember back when you got a new TV or a new computer, a new appliance, and it came with manuals? Well, back in the day, it came with paper manuals. Now you can go online and look it up, and it's really long. I was just in moving recently, wound up with a huge bag of manuals that I didn't even know if I still had the stuff. As a matter of fact, I had a pile here the other day that was all about my VCR and how to use it. So yeah, gave that away, didn't I, Kim-Char? There are some people who still use VCRs. Okay, but I was getting some of them out at my new house, and I was going through which ones I really needed, and I came across, well, first of all, I thought this was pretty funny. This is like a mini manual right here on the front of this thing. And can you tell what it is? What do you think this is? It's a screen wipe. It comes with a manual to tell you how to keep your TV screen clean or your monitor clean. I think that's funny. I've never opened it, but just by the way, if you want to learn how to do that, come up and read the instructions afterward. But the thing that really grabbed my attention is the one that says Quick Connect Guide, because anything with the word quick on it is all for me. I'm all about quick. So this is about how you plug in your cables and all your TV boxes and things like that. And I had housemates that did this for me, so I thought, okay, I guess I better, now that I'm all alone, I better figure this out. So, but it's quick, right? It should be like 5 different steps or something. So I open it up, and I'm like in the middle of it. I'm like, what the heck? So I open it up here, and 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 I open it up here. That's what I did with my Quick Connect Guide. At that point, I just skip the reading, and I go right to the buttons and just start pushing things and plugging things and seeing if it works, and it didn't, but that's when I get on the phone and call somebody that I think knows what's going on. I even took a picture of the back of my box and said, okay, now which plug goes in which hole? Yeah. So this is kind of true about how we live our life. It's the kind of opportunity where we could figure out what the operating system is, but most of us just we just dive right in and start pressing buttons, and it doesn't always work out for the best, right? And this is where I'm asking you today to not work so much. I mean, you can learn by experience, and that can be very valuable, but it does help in this case to understand some basic laws of the universe. Let's check out what the operating system is for being here on this planet as human beings so that we can actually get somewhere, kind of like why we came here in the first place. And we're going to look at the divine law today. That's our main focus. Now, if you came out of the Bible, if you were born, I almost said born out of the Bible, but that would be weird. So if you read the Bible growing up, you might have heard about the 10 Commandments, right? In the Old Testament, that's what the law was. It was carved in stone. And they still use those 10 Commandments today. Some people still follow them. I like to think that they're inherent innocent at this point, but probably not all of us. And so that law was something that was kind of a combination of thou shalt not and thou shalt. And really, the summary of the whole Old Testament, this is the kind of thing you learn this is a quick start guide, what you learn in seminary about the Old Testament. It all comes down to this: obey God and you'll be blessed, disobey God and you'll be cursed. That's really the summary of the Old Testament. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of scholars who are going to write me emails, but I was just kidding. But that's basically it. And the problem with this is that it's working from that concept of a God on a throne that is a punisher or a rewarder. It's that God that actually is putting some people in favor and giving them good stuff while others are having things withheld. And that's not the kind of law that we're talking about. This is the kind of law that works the same for everybody and absolutely depends on you taking personal responsibility for working with this law. And that's where a lot of us run. This is where we can't blame God or the devil. So I'm going to ask you to think about this law, not from what's carved in stone or written in a book. This is an energetic law. It's a law that behaves according to an energetic pattern that fills the universe. And this law is something that was designed in the mind of God to meet all of our needs. It's so cool. Anything that our heart desires can be met without there being a God on a throne with a closet that hands out certain things to us when we're good. It's completely available to us. Our good is completely available to us because of this law. And the problem that goes along with it is we've been given free will. So we can either work with the law or we can misuse the law. And again, it's our responsibility. So think about the law of gravity. It's an energetic law. And it's something that you can actually misuse. It's designed to keep us on the planet so that we can experience the good that this earth has for us. Or we can misuse the law and jump off a building without a parachute and pay the consequences. So in the same way, this divine law that we're talking about today is available to be used for our good, but a lot of the times we misuse it. So what we want to do is we want to learn what the law is about. The quicker we learn that, the quicker we begin to earn the benefits. It's like when they put a rat in a maze and it takes some time for it to figure out, bumps into some walls and some dead ends, but finally it learns its way to the cheese. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to learn our way to the cheese. And the simplest definition of this law is, we call it cause and effect. Something that scientists probably have referred to a few times. And the layman's term up here on the screen for the cause and effect is, for every result or thing that exists, an effect, there is something that made it happen, a cause. So let's look at that from a spiritual law perspective and recognize that this law is about our mind action. Not necessarily, I don't want to get into physics, I don't know that much about it. Let's just talk about what our mind is capable of doing. And this is what we speak of in regards to our third unity principle. Up here on the screen, we create our life experience through our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. And then we created a little rhyme to help us remember. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. So it's our opportunity to create with our thoughts, and we create as God creates. That's how this universe was created, in the mind of God. And then its spirit broke off into a whole bunch of us, individualized expressions of God we call the Christ spirit, and it is creating through that power of the law and the thoughts held in mind. So Jesus did a little parable here that I think is a perfect example of what this law is all about, up here on the screen. This is from Mark chapter 4. Jesus said, "This is what the kingdom of God is like. A man scatters seed on the ground. Night and day, whether he sleeps or gets up, the seed sprouts and grows, though he does not know how. All by itself, the soil produces grain. First the stalk, then the head, then the full kernel in the head. As soon as the grain is ripe, he puts the sickle to it, because the harvest has come." So look at that scripture, and let's see if we can break it down a little bit. He scatters seed on the ground. That's about us planting thoughts in our conscious mind. Winds up in the subconscious. Might receive from the superconscious. But that's us planting thoughts in the conscious mind. Night and day, it's working. Think of night and day as it's going to take some time. It's going to evolve over time, these thoughts. When he talks about first the stalk and then the head and then the kernel, think of that as your creation happening in degrees. It's taking hold in degrees. So first we have a thought, but that leads to a feeling. Feelings are then going to lead to images. Images might lead to words, and ultimately we establish a belief. That's where he's talking about putting this, or the grain is ripe. And then we get to put a sickle to it. We get to bring it in. We get to reap what we sow. And ultimately, when the harvest has come, you are seeing a physical manifestation, a physical effect of your cause. So let's look at the list here on the screen of what we talked about. We plant our thoughts in consciousness, and we repeat those thoughts over and over time until it takes hold in degrees as thoughts and feeling, images, words, beliefs, until the belief is established, and then we reap what we sow and end up with a physical manifestation of that. Ever had that experience? Of course you had. You're using this all the time. The problem lies when we're not aware that we're using this all the time. And so the thoughts that we plant into our consciousness, that's where the trouble can begin. What kind of thoughts are we planting? What kind of feelings are they generating? And what kinds of things are then manifesting in like kind? So to keep this simple, this is how unity refers to this process: divine order. This is how your life is unfolding in divine order. Now, a lot of times we misuse that term, divine order, when we say, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen, but it's going to just happen in divine order. Well, that's almost like saying there's a God out there that's going to decide for you what should happen and get involved and take over and make changes until it turns out really good for you. That's not what divine order is about. Divine order is how the universe works, how this whole law is set up to go. And it's set up to go with, in our minds, everything begins in our minds. We have ideas, some that we promote ourselves, some that we remember from the past, and some once in a while that the superconscious is able to squeak through into our awareness. The ideas pop in, and then whatever we do with those ideas creates an expression. So you don't have to worry about mind. You're already there. Y'all got a mind. I think y'all have a mind, okay? And secondly, the ideas, that's where you get involved. And then the expression, the law takes over. It's following that middle step there. What ideas are you holding in mind? And this mind idea expression is important to pay attention to the feeling that connects itself to your ideas in that middle rung. What feelings are you experiencing before it manifests? That's going to tell you which direction you're going with that idea. Now, Richard and Mary Alice Jaffola said this: we sometimes think one thing and manifest another because the conscious thought of the moment has not yet worked itself into the subconscious phase of mind. It's not been felt or realized. Until thoughts become a part of the feeling nature, they do not produce results in our bodies and affairs. So did I not just say that? We have to pay attention to what feelings are associated with the thoughts that we're holding. So folks that are new to Unity, you come in here and you hear about these principles and you go, that's it. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. I'm 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 a millionaire. Now, if you stop and you check in with the feelings, my hunch is there's going to be doubt. There's going to be doubt in there because you've had way too many years when you have not been a millionaire. And that's in the subconscious, and that's what reproduces itself. It's got to be cleaned out. It's got to be washed away. It's got to be replaced because whatever's in the subconscious is what's reproducing in us. So we need to get to the place where we say something and we feel it at the same time. That is the ideal use of this law. Something regularly, if we can focus our thoughts and our feelings at the same time towards the same direction, you're there. Guide your thoughts and your feelings in the same direction, and you are there. And that's our work. That's a lot of work. If the subconscious mind takes over, again, game over. But you can teach the subconscious mind to only take instruction from the superconscious mind. Do that every morning, noon, and night. Tell it, subconscious mind, to only take instruction from my higher self. And that, when we get there, that's when we are experiencing that truth that Jesus talked about as setting us free. And one of the ways we do this practice up here on the screen is what Paul wrote to the Philippians. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever's honorable, whatever's just, whatever's pure, pleasing, commendable, excellence, worthy of praise, think about these things. They understood the law. Let it be done to you as you believe, Jesus said over and over and over again. This is so important. I'm going to clap to get your attention. This is so important. This is it. This is the center, the core of how this universe works, designed in the mind of God to provide your good for you. This law is what empowers us to create whatever life we seek. Okay, good. And it's this law that will respond either way, depending on what you think. So that's why Jesus said every good tree bears good fruit, every bad tree bears bad fruit. Right. The law doesn't care. It's just responding to you. And most of us are unaware that that law is busy responding to us. We're paying basically zero attention to the thoughts that we're thinking, let alone the fact that we can actually choose different thoughts. So this is an opportunity for us to push the subconscious aside. Most of the time, it's taken over. We just said 95% of the time, we're repeating our past, same feelings, same hurt, same error beliefs, same, I don't want that, I don't want that. Not helping, not helping. So up here on the screen, James Allen wrote a book, As a Man Thinketh, and that's right out of Scripture, Proverbs 23:7, I think, that as a man thinks, so is he. So here's what he said. We do not attract that which we want, but that which we are. Our wishes and prayers are gratified and answered only when they harmonize with our thoughts and actions. That which we are. What does that mean? That which we are. Does it mean how much money I have, or what career I'm living, or how many kids I have? No. That which we are is about our beingness. What are you being? And we are being energetically the results of feelings. So most of the time you can tell by your feelings what you're being. And your feelings have to be in alignment with what you seek. So for instance, you just got this cool new book, or no, your friend got a cool new book on Amazon, and you see it sitting there and you go, oh, yeah, I just got that. I'm so excited to read it. Do you mind if I read that before you do? No, I don't mind. Well, of course they mind, and you can tell they mind, right? You can feel what they are. They're singing it out as an energy. No, I don't mind. Of course they mind. You're in you're in a discussion with your spouse. Are you mad? No, I'm not mad. But you can just feel what they are being. The heat is like rising off of them. And we're working on our own self-worth. I am worthy, I am worthy, I am enough, I am enough. And at the same time, you feel this sinking feeling, I'm not worthy. There's that unsettling feeling of doubt in you. Or we're working on making sure that we believe that there's enough to go around. There is enough. We can all have enough. And at the same time, we're just terrified that we're going to run out of money after we retire. So these things began as thoughts, went into the subconscious, grabbed some feelings along the way, and that's what we are. And it will present itself over and over and over as far as the results of our life. Jesus said it this way, for nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, nor is anything secret that will not become known and come to light. What you are becomes known out here for the world to see. So we are working with the law to change what we are. We want to use that law for good. We want to synchronize our thoughts with feelings that are focused towards our good. That's your most powerful creative tool. Synchronize thoughts and feelings toward what your goal is. Focus on your preference instead of what you don't want. And we'll talk about a whole bunch more practices next week. But today, I'm going to invite some folks from yesterday's vision board to come up. So Liz and Deb and Kim-Char, you want to come up here for a minute? We're going to sneak over here. Let me get this out of the way. Deb, you want to tell us a little bit about what yesterday was? Come over here in the light, you guys. Come in the light.
Oh, yes.
Come into the light. There you go.
Now I'm so excited for all of us because of everything you shared. I just see our vision boards materializing, don't you? So we started with a thought actually from your last week message, which was we all have a destiny far richer than we know.
Yes.
And that just really resonated with me, and we use that as our guide. And notice that our vision boards are that taking the unknowing into the knowing by creating all these pictures and using our imagination and understanding that because we are spiritual beings and we have this conscious mind to make what we can expand and grow, we get to choose,
Yes,
which
we
is
do.
really exciting, and we had so much fun. And, you know, you talk about the collective consciousness.
Yes.
And it's so neat to be in that kind of vibration where you could just feel everyone's energy so high and happy. And, you know, we were connected. You know, we were in alignment with our superconscious, and it was just a wonderful day.
Wonderful.
It
So a
was
couple of
wonderful.
the participants here are going to share their boards with you. Liz, you want to go first? Sure.
Okay. So I wasn't really sure what to share. Is this a good place to stand? Okay. Thanks. Because there's so much on it, right? But I continued this from last year, and the middle quote says, "Your potential is limitless." So I love that. It's like a relief, like, wow, this is awesome. So I put things on here that make me feel good. So whatever makes me feel good, I put on here pictures of Jeff and tropical locations. Something that,
Good choices.
those are just a few. Bread, Mark, where are you? Put bread on here because I love bread. But something that I'm working on is illustrated here. Step 1, fail. Step 2, succeed. Because I'm oftentimes not trying, not making that effort, because I'm afraid I'm going to fail. So that is a great reminder for me to never stop trying. Just keep going. Don't be afraid to let go of that fear. So that's kind of where I'm at with this sport.
Love that. And it's there right in front of you so you can see it.
Yes.
So you can be reminded of it.
Yes.
Thank you. That's
Thank
just
you.
awesome. Kim-Char.
Thank you. And that was a wonderful, wonderful event yesterday, being able to come together and sharing the energy. And before I say anything about
Let me just make sure
okay. Is it?
everyone can see. You might keep moving that around so everybody can see. Okay, go ahead.
And before I say anything about the board, I will say that was probably the clearest explanation and definition of divine order
Oh,
that I've heard.
good.
You know, and I'll take that with me and keep it. And I'm trying to operate in divine order. And as I thought of 2024, this wonderful year, there's a big labyrinth. That was such a touching experience
Yes.
for me.
Let's hear
And
it.
this idea, oh, you're here. That's right. But that was such a moving experience for me. And it got me thinking even more and more how I want to deepen my meditation practice and these types of rituals. So that's big here. Got someone exercising, eating right. Huge. My family is such a focus for me this. Well, not that they haven't been in the other years, by the way. But really, my heart is just sitting with my young men and my wife for different reasons. Over here, I've got Highest Good, because I love our band and I love doing music with them. And right above them, if you see, there's a picture of a choir, Highest Good choir, that we once had singing here. Got some people here. And my heart is to see that expand this year, to have more people
Wonderful.
singing together, you know, as congregation. Cindy, music. I have a vision for starting a YouTube channel this year called Soul Squeegee. So that's right up there.
Love that.
And I set my intention. I'm like, I'm doing it, and it will reach people. It will touch hearts. I even got a copy of. They send out these awards at YouTube, like if you make your first 100,000 subscribers. So that's what this is, presented to Kim-Char Meredith for Soul Squeegee.
Yeah.
100,000
Yeah.
subscribers. And there's a lot of other things here, but I don't know, the small thing behind, back here, this is pieces of a quilt that's
Yes.
behind here, because the quilt symbolism for me is so huge. To me, you think of a quilt and its beautiful pattern and everything is done, but usually we have it folded up and in a corner. But that picture of knowing that it's there and it's completely finished, and all I have to do is unfold it. And I think, too, that about everything in my life as we go through this process and go through divine order. It's an unfolding of this quilt, this tapestry of all that we're envisioning and dreaming.
Wonderful.
So.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, you guys.
I also want to thank our energy guru, Cindy Spees. So if you haven't been to one of her energy exercise classes, they're amazing. And so she started us out with this beautiful routine to get our mind, bodies, and hearts in alignment. And it was
Wonderful.
awesome. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you. I'm going to leave it on the, that's right, take it. Thank you for that. So that vision board is just one example of how we practice changing our thoughts to take us from being a reactive thinker to a creative thinker. And that's what activates the law, reminding yourself that the law is not choosing the results for you. It's not designing what's going to happen for you. It's not punishing. It's not rewarding. Here's what the law is doing. It's a reflector. The law is a reflector. It's like a mirror. And it's showing back to you in manifestation what you are being. Does that make sense? I know, nobody likes that. It's like, oh, shoot. Get yourself a vision board and come back next week and we're going to learn some more practices, because this is a law that, yes, we can be bound by it and how it works, but we can also be set free. As soon as we start to know the truth of how this law and the universe works, we have an opportunity to set ourselves free. No matter what's happening in our life, we can just choose again consciously. So let's give thanks for this law. It is the provision for us to have whatever our heart desires, and let's just take responsibility for this power tool and begin to use it consciously. This is the last quote I want to share with you. This comes from Ernest Holmes. In actual practice, we must be quiet and calm within ourselves and begin to think new thoughts, even though they contradict everything that appears, for that which created can recreate, and that which molded can remold. What is that? Consciousness. That's where our power lies. So remember that we have to be that change before we can see that change in our life. Let's take that into meditation and just do a little bit of a practice right here and now. Will you just allow your body to relax? Even tension in the body is an example of what we are being. And if our tension is chronic, it tends to get in the way of peace. We want our body to be as peaceful as our mind, and vice versa, so that our thoughts and our feelings are in the same neighborhood as the mind of God within us. So let's take a deep breath and let go of anything that's all tense or tight in you. Breathe in peace and release tension. choose one thing in this moment to feel grateful for until you feel it warming your heart. And as you think about your past week, perhaps there was at least one moment that didn't go the way you wanted it to. Or one person that you struggled with. And now's your chance in this present moment to be conscious of that experience and choose again. If you could choose a different result, what would it look like? What new thought would have helped you get there? What error thought about that situation that is ego-driven needs to be released? As you consider the new direction this situation could go, how does it feel? Letting go of the need to know how. Just go with the new result and how it feels. Is there a divine idea, a divine truth, a divine principle, a divine quality, a divine activity, a divine energy, a divine dance? That could inspire you in the direction of this new result? What is it? If this has to do with supply, this is your moment to think about God's limitless substance, spiritual energy, overflowing and ready to become that supply. There is enough. If this is about healing in the body, Maybe the divine idea is about life, strength, and renewal. This is about healing an argument. Maybe the divine quality is love, acceptance, allowing, forgiveness, surrender. If you filled out a white stone for the year, is now the time to remember that new name? Would that help in this situation? Every situation we experience in our life is a result of our beingness. And so now we choose to be the new result, to see it in our mind and feel it in our heart. I am it. And I give thanks for it. So grateful. The resources, the power, the guidance, and the love needed to be the truth of our being is already waiting in our hearts. And so now we look at that and choose that and allow that and become that. And so it is. Amen. So will you come back next week, and let's get some more practical power tools to use to help us continue to practice how to make this what it was intended to be, a law that is meant to support us in this world. Okay, we're going to jump into a totally different topic here. I just wanted to speak to you on our progress on our fundraiser. And this is actually a result. Where we're at right now is a result of consciousness. And we have a vision. And I told you last week that we are beyond halfway there. So that's a big reason to celebrate. We set an intention, we held a vision, we're calling forth. If you can go back to that previous slide for a minute, this is what we're creating. We're taking down that wall, we're putting in a bigger refrigerator, we're bringing in cafe tables and chairs, we're creating some cabinetry and a new floor, and we figured out a way to have a new closet. Kity's really excited about that. Yes. So that's what's in the works, and we're raising $50,000 not only to create this, but also to keep all of this happening, everything that we do every week, every day here at Unity in Naperville. And I just want to remind you up here on the screen, we're so grateful, next slide please, that many of you have signed up to have your donations, and we just gave you an average of $140 extra a month from each of you for the next 4 months would fill that $50,000 goal. And we know not all of you can do that, and we know some of you can do even more, and that's why we're already more than halfway there. So thank you to recurring donations, your awesome one-time donations, and we have until the end of March to finish this process. So please keep them coming, and don't forget that this is also in addition to your regular monthly giving. And let me just show you, if you're new to this information, that you can get more information with the flyer out there on the table. But if you're watching online, we're needing your help as well, because you are benefiting from the results of this goal as much as we are here. And if you will just look on our website, unityinnaperville.org, you're going to get to see all the details about how you can help participate. But the most important reason, the next slide, is why we're doing all of this. These are quotes from you as to what you are experiencing when you come to Unity in Naperville. And as you read through them, you can see that lives are being lifted up, that you're learning how to use divine law in your life and experiencing a life that makes you smile. So thank you for all of those contributive thoughts about what's happening in your lives. And for all of you who are giving, know that that's what you are giving toward. And I just want to say thank you again for all your great work, and keep it coming. Thank you for that. So on that note, let's talk about our offering, which we participate in every week. And this is our time where we share the regular giving, and it's what allows us to do everything that we do here at Unity. And as we do that, whether you're here in the room or you're watching online, hopefully you're all aware of the benefits you're receiving from this. So if you want to give online, you can do that at our website, unityinnaperville.org, or mail checks to our P.O. Box 9733 in Naperville, and the zip is 60567. And here's what we do first and foremost is we bless what we give. The words are up here on the screen. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. Thank you. Ushers, will you come?
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
Good morning. I'm Liz, and I'll be sharing the announcements. Can sign up for the weekly e-news at unityinnaperville.org. Today is the day to reserve your ticket for the musical Billy Elliot at the Paramount Theater in Aurora, held Sunday, March 24th, 1 p.m. We're renting a bus to leave after the service and return at approximately 4:30 p.m. Cost for your ticket and bus is $69. Pay the full amount or put down $23 now and the remaining $46 due by Feb 29. Pay at the info table today or on our website by Wednesday, and you can enter Billy Elliot as the reason code. Join us for lunch at Jean Cuisine today after church. Jean Cuisine is located at 376 Route 59 in Naperville. If you can help deliver styrofoam to Dart Container in North Aurora after today's service, please see Beth Schwartz. Here she is. Monday morning metaphysics meets tomorrow online at 10:30 a.m. on Zoom. If you were born in February, let us help celebrate your birthday. Forward a photo along with your name and birthday to admin@unityinnaperville.org by Thursday. We'll sing to you next Sunday. Bunko Night returns Friday at 7 p.m. at Unity. Please bring a snack to share and $2 cash to fund the prize pot. Drinks and instructions will be provided. RSVP to admin@unityandnaperville.org or sign up in the front room. Join us February 11th after church for Super Bowl, chili, cook-off, and potluck. Sign up in the front room to bring your best chili, appetizer, or side dish. We'll vote for the best chili using $1 bills. So please bring your singles. Feel free to wear your favorite team's jersey. Our welcome team needs more service assistance. If you can serve once every 4 to 6 weeks, please sign up at the front room or email admin@unityandnaperville.org. Reverend Kity will lead brief training after the service today for all interested in becoming a greeter/usher. Meet in the classroom. Our prayer chaplain today is Carol Gadba. She can pray with you in the prayer room after the service, or email your name and phone number to prayer@unityandnaperville.org, and a chaplain will call you today by 1 p.m. For details on all our events, see the event calendar at unityandnaperville.org. Kity, do you have an announcement? Says you already did it. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh, I make a mean chili. I'm not telling you the secret recipe, but this will be fun. I invite you to stand as you're able as we sing this last song together. It's much like the spiritual journey, isn't it? Right? We stop. We capo as needed. They're right back to where we are. Oh, yeah. In tune with ourselves, in tune with the divine. Together we sing. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. Turn to your neighbor, may you be well, that's right. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, yeah, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved, my friends. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. To all of my relations, I bow to you. We are all related. A common thread runs right through, and we can sing this simple song for the ones in pain. Send it to the world. We sing for the suffering. Here it is. May these words melt their pain away. Let's send it out to the world. Oh, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. Send it out. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. One more time. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be
And here's our closing affirmation today. See all those little seeds we're planting out there? Up to us on how they sprout. Let's say these together. Before I can see it, I must choose to be it. Would you please turn to somebody you haven't met, or you can't remember their name, or you just want to say, hey, what a weird service that was today. Hang out for a while, meet me in the front room, and have a great week, everybody. Thank you.
Way up, higher, way up, here I go. Way up, before I know it, I am rising to new horizons. Way up, higher, way up, here I go. Way up, before I know it, I am rising to new horizons. Way up, there you go. Yes, I am graduating to another level. I am ready to rise, 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 rise. I cut the road, fear is falling from me. I am beginning to rise, 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 rise. Way up, higher, way up, here I go. Way up, before I know it, I am rising to new horizons. Way up, come on. Yes, I am graduating to another level. I am ready to rise, 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 rise. I cut the road, fear is falling from me. I am beginning to fly, 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 fly. Way up, higher, way up, here I go. Way up, before I know it, I am rising to new horizons. Way up, higher, way up, here I go. Way up, before I know it. One more time. I am rising to new horizons. Way up. Good job. Good job. Thank you for being with us online.